Right here I have the total scores for the 2026 Liberalia Signature Serve Championship. I'd love to share it with you, but you have to stick around and watch. Grand prize is $500 US cash, a $50 gift certificate to use on Library & Co syrups. Your cocktail as an individual recipe will be featured on my channel. And I think the greatest prize is you will be featured in every single Library & Co shipment for an entire year. It's going out to like tens of thousands of people. That's a pretty cool prize. I think so. Thank you to everyone that entered. We had almost 200 entries. There were some amazing cocktails. I was surprised at the number of tiki drinks. Unfortunately, a lot of them didn't fit the bill of the Signature Serve recreatable at home. One cocktail had 14 ingredients. Let's get onto the cocktails. I'd love to share these with you. This is the Botanical Breeze by Matthew Tepfer. So it's a gin-based tiki cocktail. Starting off with a London Dry style gin, 2 ounces, 60 ml. And then Allspice Dram, a well-restrained 1/4 ounce, 7.5 ml. 1/2 ounce of pineapple gum syrup. A 1/4 ounce of cinnamon syrup. We have 3/4 ounce, 22.5 ml of fresh lime juice. Just to balance out those sweet flavors. And then we've got 2 dashes of Angostura Bitters. And then 2 dashes of Bitterman's Tiki Bitters. It's very cinnamon forward. So we've got cinnamon, clove, and cassia. So a lot of spice being added through these bitters. Gin, allspice, pineapple, bit of cinnamon, plenty of spice going on from the bitters. A little bit on the sweeter side, but it's got enough character, enough spice in there to stand up to that sweetness. Next cocktail is the I'll Figure It Out in the Morning by Jess Hennequin. It's a simple build, it's 4 ingredients. It fits the Signature Serve mold really well. So let's get straight onto it. It's a variation on an espresso martini. So a rum-based espresso martini using a Demerara Rum, a Guyanese rum. I can pronounce that better. So 1.5 ounces, 45 ml. Followed by the Coffee Liqueur, so a drier style of Coffee Liqueur, Mr. Black or threefold. So we've got 1/2 ounce, 15 ml of Coffee Liqueur, then a full ounce of fresh espresso, and then we've got the caramelized fig syrup. This stuff is fantastic, which surprises me they didn't lean into like the salted caramel espresso martini kind of vibe. Maybe a little drop of saline, a little pinch of salt, something like that would work really well, I think. Maybe, I haven't even tried it yet, so nice and shake. Garnish with 3 coffee beans. I'll figure it out in the morning. Nice figgy note on the nose, nice and rich, robust. The rum plays really nice with the caramel fig notes. That's a great espresso martini. And of course, make sure you use fresh espresso. It'll help reduce that nice crema on top. Next cocktail is by Brandon Hockaday, the Fig-ure Of Speech. Brilliantly named. It's a sour, a fig sour. So we're going to start off with an Irish gin. So Drumshanbo Gunpowder Irish gin. So 1 ounce, 30 ml. And then we'll pair that with Amaro Nonino, a full ounce, 30 ml. A full ounce, 30 ml of fresh lemon juice to balance out the sweetness. And then we have the caramelized fig syrup, so 3/4 ounce, 22.5 ml. Now with the submission, because of the lemon juice and the syrup, you get like the drink gets aerated when you shake it. So it's got this kind of like tiny little sort of foam on top. But I think maybe potentially if you lent into that a little bit more and then used egg white or another foamer, and then I think the presentation might be a little bit better. But let's taste it. Garnished with a sprig of thyme. I'm not sure why thyme. Fig-ure Of Speech. It's It's really nice and bright, citrusy. Those caramel figgy notes coming through, of course. Lots of spice from the Nonino, but complex flavors. I feel that for me, I'd love to be able to try this with like maybe a rye whiskey rather than a gin. And then those spice notes I feel would complement the Nonino and the fig perhaps a little bit better. Okay, next one is Just a Cigar by David Ede Jr. A split-based sour of Mezcal and Demerara Rum. Didn't specify what Mezcal, and obviously there's a big variation of Mezcals, but Vita is kind of like the go-to for like a house cocktail Mezcal. So 1 ounce, 30 ml. Demerara Rum, 1 ounce, 30 ml. Last. Then we have a combination of 2 sweeteners, 1/2 ounce of Demerara, 1/4 ounce fiery ginger syrup. I'm assuming this is going to be a little bit more subtle on the ginger side of things. We've got 3/4 ounce of fresh lime juice, 22.5 ml. A couple of dashes of Angostura Bitters, and an egg white for texture. Whoop. Quick dry shake, and then a wet shake. Ooh, I can smell that mezcal. And this one calls for grated nutmeg and a cinnamon stick for garnish. Cheers, Just a Cigar. If you had a full 3/4 ounce, it would definitely be a lot more spicy. This is just like that nice warming note in the background. Pairs well with the nutmeg. The mezcal with a full ounce is definitely at the forefront. That roasted agave note coming through. Like presentation, I like the finish of the nutmeg and the cinnamon stick, but the foam's like it's an off kind of color though. Onto the Violet Sour, which is by Stephen Trifiletti. Gin sour with a little bit of creme de violette, but the sweetener is tonic syrup. So it's going to have that bitterness, that quinine note to it, which intrigues me. There has been a couple of submissions where they've poured in the ingredient for a sink to get that gradient effect, and this is one of those. I understand the theory behind it for like a nice looking photo, but when you drink it, you're going to have this liqueur, this dense liqueur sitting on the bottom. It's going to get really sickly sweet, which concerns me about this one. But let's go ahead and make it and try. So 2 ounces, 60 ml of dry gin. The typical ratio of a sour where you do 2 ounces of spirit, 3/4 ounce of lemon juice or lime juice, and 3/4 ounce of syrup. Typically it's a 1-to-1 ratio of syrup. You have to keep in mind that commercial syrups are often rich syrups, around a 2-to-1 ratio, so you don't need as much syrup to retain that balance. So the fact that this is going to be 3/4 ounce, in addition to the creme de violette, I think it's going to be quite sweet. I did notice with a lot of submissions that they may have been a little bit heavy-handed with the syrups. You just need to pull that back a little bit. Lime juice, 3/4 ounce, 22.5 ml. Now we've got 1/2 ounce of creme de violette. That's a lot. Poured in. Compared to the photo that was submitted with this recipe, it looked like there was a lot less creme de violette, or potentially a different brand of creme de violette. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but if you don't stir that up, you're going to be drinking straight creme de violette at the end. Violet Sailor. Bitterness, that quinine note, kind of gives it this perception that it's dry, but it's still actually quite sweet. I like the idea, I like the concept of using the tonic syrup. I think just the balance is off. Let's make the Tiki Diablo by Raymond Fujioka. This one has, I feel like, a lot of competing flavors, but let's go ahead and see how it goes. 1.5 ounce, 45 ml of a black rum. Original calls for Caruba. Caruba is not available in Australia anymore. Hasn't been for a couple of years now. 3/4 ounce, 22.5 ml of Mezcal. I'm using Vita. by Demerara. This is where it starts to get a little bit worrying. 3/4 of an ounce of the Amaro, which is going to add the bitterness and that smoky character, but also with that comes sugar. 3/4 of an ounce of strawberry syrup. And again, you have to remember when you're using these syrups, they are like a rich syrup. They're a 2-to-1 ratio, so you have to hold back a little bit. 1/4 ounce of passion fruit syrup. So I mean, the syrups alone, to like balance out a full ounce of a rich syrup, you're gonna need 1 1/4 ounce of citrus juice. This one only calls for 1/4 ounce, which is very low. And there's no other acidic ingredients like a pineapple juice or anything like that. Can't forget the saline, 6 drops. And as far as presentation goes, it looks inviting. Strawberry, mint. I love mint as a garnish. Nice and fresh. The Tiki Diablo. That's too sweet for me. You get a lot of that smoky and the Amaro character from the Rabarbaro coming through, but it's just overwhelmed by the syrups and the, yeah. I think there's just like a confusion of flavors. The balance is off. Let's make the next one. The Sunset Halo by Daniel Solis. Army and Navy, that's gin based, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Still gives me Army and Navy kind of vibes. It starts off with 2 ounces, 60 ml of rye whiskey. It's going to add some warmth and spice, character. Elijah Craig's, it's 47%, so it's a little bit higher. Then we have 3/4 of an ounce, 22.5 ml of Grand Classico bitter. Gentian, wormwood. What else is in it, Kat? Rhubarb root, I think. Let's have a quick squiz. Bitter orange peel, wormwood, gentian, rhubarb, and other aromatic plants. So I get a lot of the gentian coming through, so woody kind of earthy characters. 1/2 ounce, 15 ml of toasted almond orgeat. 3/4 of an ounce, 22.5 ml of fresh lemon juice. Then it's finished with 5 to 8 dashes of Angostura Bitters. Sunset Halo. Whiskey sour with Grand Classico bitter. Yeah, see, I like that. I like that woody note, that earthiness that the Grand Classico, the bitter, brings. I'm not sure if it would be everyone's cup of tea, but I like that note. It lingers for a long time. What do you think, Kat? Kat doesn't usually like bitter flavors. Better than she thought. That's a win, Daniel. You could potentially lower this a tiny bit, 3/4 ounce. I mean, you could lower that a touch and then maybe increase that a smidgen. Lean more into the nuttiness, less into the woody herbal character. I like it. I'm just thinking out loud here. Spitballing. Let's make the Signal Flare by Blake Hennequin. So we have 2 ounces of Mezcal. Again, I'm using Vita by Demerara. 2 ounces, 60 ml. Fiery ginger syrup. Nice and spicy. 1/2 ounce, 15 ml. And then we have lemon or lime. Lime juice. 3/4 of an ounce, 22.5 ml, which I think is a good ratio to balance the sweet and sour. 3/4 ounce to 1/2 ounce when you're using a rich syrup. If you're using a 1-to-1, 3/4 ounce of lime to 3/4 ounce of simple. But in this case, we're using less. I think it works well. It's a good ratio. Look at that fun colour. I like the combination of flavours. Again, we're doing the sink. The only problem I have is the fact that you're going to have a liqueur sitting at the bottom, so it's going to become cloyingly sweet, potentially. half an ounce 15ml of Aperol sunk to the bottom, and the signal flare. So even if you shook all the ingredients, including the Aperol, together, you've still got this really nice colour to it. It would still present well. Those roasted notes on the nose, that spiciness, that ginger. You have to like ginger to like this drink. I really enjoy this. Next we have The Best Medicine by Mike Prokop. And he was inspired by the penicillin. So what he's done is he's used rye whiskey as the main spirit, and then he's taken out the honey component and then replaced that with Benedictine, which is like a honeyed herbal liqueur. And also one of my favorite liqueurs. So I feel like I'm gonna like this one. So we have 2 ounces, 60ml of rye whiskey, half an ounce, 15ml of Benedictine, half an ounce, 15ml of ginger syrup, fiery ginger syrup, and a full ounce, 30ml of lemon juice. The garnish does call for skewered candied ginger. I never have candied ginger on hand because I don't like it, so imagine. The Best Medicine, a penicillin-inspired whiskey sour. Again, good restraint with the ginger syrup. If there was 3/4 ounce of that, it would be too much, but it complements the Benedictine and that honey note, that herbal character that is brought to the drink. You know, the whiskey using the 47% works well. That's a great drink. My camera's overheating, got to make it quick. So this is the last one that I'm filming of today, and it is the Your Painful Haitian Divorce. It was inspired by divorce papers, a cocktail I shared on the channel going back maybe a year ago, and the title of the video was My Wife is Serving Me Divorce Papers. Got a lot of attention. This one's by Alan Ice. So as I said, sorry Flemmo, I can't talk to you right now, 1.5 ounces, 45ml. Trying to hurry before my camera overheats because I've been taking so long to film today. And we have half an ounce, 15ml of Aperol. Aperol and passion fruit works exceptionally well. So half an ounce, 15ml of passion fruit syrup, 3/4 of an ounce, 22.5ml of fresh lemon juice. And the last ingredient calls for a honey cardamom syrup. Now there wasn't a recipe for it, so I'm going to use the honey syrup that I have on hand, which is a 3:1 ratio. It's a very subtle honeyed note to it. And then I'm going to add the cardamom flavor with a cardamom tincture, cardamom bitters. Just going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops. I love these Rydell glasses, but they're actually quite small. And that's a huge rock in there. Ungarnished, that's how it's meant to be presented, just on a nice clear cube. Rum, Aperol, passion fruit, honey and cardamom. It's sweet, but like tart and it's got that brightness of citrus from the Aperol and the tartness from the passion fruit. That subtle bitterness, even though it is a little bit sweet, you get that bitterness there that kind of balances it out. Nice color, presents well. Ooh, I like that. Congratulations, Jess. A fantastic drink, a variation on the espresso martini featuring Demerara Rum, Coffee Liqueur, fresh espresso, and Liber & Co.'s caramelized fig syrup. A simple drink, only 4 ingredients, but that's the way I like it. And that is how to create a signature serve that is replicable for people at home. Cheers. It's a cocktail that's worthy of being featured in every single Liber & Co shipment for an entire year.